Most homeowners are actually watering their lawn wrong in the spring, and it's actually hurting their lawn. If your lawn looks weak, patchy, or it's just not greening up the right way, this may be what's actually going on. What's up guys, it's Jordan with Lawn Doctor. We're here today on the lawns. We're gonna be talking about watering your lawn this spring. Maybe if you're watering it too much, maybe not enough. We're gonna go over that. We're gonna go over the best way to do it. Let's dive in. One of the biggest mistakes homeowners make is watering their lawn in the spring like it's the summer, when those are very different time frames. In spring, obviously our temps are a lot cooler. The grass isn't calling for as much water, and we usually get a lot more spring natural rainfall than we do in the summer. So our moisture conditions are actually a lot better than they are in the summer. This means that your lawn typically needs less water than you think, but again, it still helps to water it. Even with the rainfall, you still want to be watering it at some points also. And honestly, sometimes overwatering in the spring can actually harm your lawn more than help your lawn, believe it or not. So some of the biggest mistakes, homeowners water their lawn every single day for 10 to 15 minutes. The problem with doing that, by watering those short bursts every single day, you're actually training your grass roots and that moisture content to stay near the top of that soil surface and not dive down deep to actually get water when it needs it. What that's gonna do is when we get our heat in the summer, your lawn's gonna be burning up or not looking very good very quickly. Again, those soil roots aren't diving down to grab that moisture, they're staying towards the surface. Instead, the correct way to water is usually deep and frequent waterings where you get that water filtrated down a couple inches into the soil. Therefore, your roots are diving down, they're staying down there, and your grass is looking better going into summer and in the summertime itself. Best time for spring watering your lawn is the early morning, about between a 5 to 9 a.m. time frame. Why? This gives your lawn the time to absorb the moisture before the heat of the day, because if you do it when it's hot, a lot of that water is just going to evaporate out of the soil before it truly gets down to those grass roots. What it also does is allow those grass blades to dry off, those crowns to dry off as well, because when your lawn is wet, especially going into the nighttime, it can be a breeding ground for fungus and disease pressure. Watering at night is actually one of the worst things you can do for your lawn because of that reason. So how much water does your lawn need? Your lawn needs about 1 inch of water per week, including natural rainfall. That's why it's important not to run your sprinklers every day, just in case we do get some rainfall, or have sprinkler sensors set up as well. A good rule of thumb is if your soil is still moist a few inches down, you actually probably don't even need to water yet. Your lawn will actually tell you when it needs water. Now, if you just applied grass seed, overseeded, or had our power seeding done, that is a completely different story when it comes to watering. New seed needs consistent and constant moisture to actually germinate and take hold. So that actually usually means more lighter and frequent waterings so that can happen. Again, we want to keep that about top half inch moist for the first 7 to 10 days. So that means you actually could be watering a couple times a day, 10 to 15 minutes in those areas where you applied that grass seed. But again, established lawns, we want to be focusing on those deep and infrequent watering schedules. Some of the signs you're watering too long or the wrong way. Your lawn is very soggy when you step on it. Water is still kind of sitting there pooling. You're seeing a lot of mushrooms. That moisture is going to create bacteria or fungi to come in. Or if your grass looks yellow despite watering, then you have something else going on. And again, it's getting too much water, therefore it cannot intake that water. Or as you're walking right in the grass, let's say, and this grass isn't popping back up after I step on it, that is an example that your lawn needs water, because those grass buds aren't popping up, therefore they're a little dehydrated and it could damage the lawn if you're stepping on it when it's really stressed out. Another sign is if those grass blades are like a dark bluish or grayish color, that could be another indication that the lawn really needs water in the summertime. One other thing is too, if your lawn isn't getting water, let's say you don't have irrigation, it's summer or in a drought, your lawn will actually go dormant, so it'll look like a yellowish brownish color. It's gonna look dead, it's not dead, it's just protecting itself for when that fall time frame comes, it will wake back up, or once it gets water, it'll be okay. All in all, spring watering sounds really simple, but can actually set you up good or bad going into the summer. It's actually a huge decision maker as well, and you really want to be doing it the right way, especially if we have a drought coming in the summertime. If you have any questions about this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, see you later.